In this video, we're going to review what to expect when you schedule an appointment with Health and Counseling Services or the Center for Cura Personalis at Gonzaga University. A few things we'll overview today: scheduling an appointment, walking in for assistance, what happens during your first appointment, and then a quick note about confidentiality in these settings. First, we strongly recommend that students call or email themselves to schedule these appointments. We know ZAGs are often helping ZAGs or parents are seeking services for their student, but we strongly encourage the student themselves to reach out. We're here during normal business hours, summer, and academic year. When you call, you will be asked for your name and your contact information. You may also be asked for your student ID number or your date of birth, just to be sure we've got the right student. You'll be asked what type of appointment you need, which may be a counseling or case management. Perhaps you're meeting with an educator, a health educator from the Center for Cura Personalis. So all you need to do is tell us a little bit about what you're looking for. Then we'll try to match up schedules and availability so that we can honor your very busy schedule as a student. And to the degree that we can, we will honor your requests for specific genders. This isn't always possible, but we do our best in that scenario. A little note about business hours: emails or phone calls during evening and weekend hours will be returned the next business day. If your concern is more urgent, please don't wait. There's information on the screen about resources available during evenings and weekends, and full details of those services is available at gonzaga.edu/health-and-counseling. During business hours, if this is a crisis or you'd like to sit down and talk with someone right away, triage nurses are always available through Health and Counseling Services. While counseling and case management is not always available, that you will be able to meet with a nurse, talk a little bit about your concern, and they'll work with you to set a plan and schedule an appointment with whomever you would be best served by meeting with. All you need to do is ask to talk to that nurse, and it's a service that's always free of charge. Again, those non-business hour services and resources are available and listed on our website. For your first appointment, Health and Counseling Services is at 704 East Sharp, or the corner of Sharp and Dakota, just 2 blocks north of the Hemmingson Center. The Center for Cura Personalis has 2 houses at 729 East Boone and 1111 North Cincinnati. Depending on the service that you're seeking, you'll be in one of these 2 houses. When you walk in, there will be staff at the front desk. Usually these are professional staff, though occasionally there are student work studies in the Center for Cura Personalis. They're going to ask how they can help, and we know that this question can be overwhelming, especially if you're having a difficult time. So we've given you some suggestive phrases that you can use to answer that question. I'd like to talk to a nurse. I need to talk to someone. If you already have an appointment, all you need to say is, "My name is Libby and I have an appointment." And the staff will help direct you to the person you're meeting with and probably give you instructions to just take a seat, and someone will call you back shortly. There may be other students in the waiting area. We will do everything we can to protect your privacy. We can offer quiet spaces if we need to have more conversation beyond what's appropriate at the front desk. There will be some paperwork for you to do, which we'll review in a minute. To the degree that we can, we will make this as private and confidential an experience as possible so that you don't need to divulge any information that others can hear. That intake paperwork I referred to is something you'll be asked to complete during your first visit. So this may include, what are your concerns today? How long has this been happening? Some health screening questions such as, how often have you consumed alcohol, or are you taking any medications today? What is your goal in getting assistance? We know it's challenging to answer these questions, and it's not always easy to reflect on what concerns are bringing you in, but your honesty is important in us helping you the best that we can. Now, if you're meeting with a physician, most of us have been in an exam room at some point in our lives. Those all look pretty much the same. But if you're meeting with a counselor or a case manager and you've never met with one before, this is usually what an office looks like: a couch, chairs, little bit more comfortable seating for you to meet. These meetings are almost always one-on-one, though occasionally you may meet with 2 staff members, but we will always talk to you about that before it happens. In that first intake, the staff will review that form that you completed and will ask you more questions about the reason for your visit. The primary goal of that intake session is usually just to establish that relationship, get a feel for what's going on, and then set a plan together. That plan typically includes future appointments with that professional staff member, maybe some other resources that they recommend you connect with, such as disability access or academic advising and assistance. They may suggest some homework to help you address your concerns, such as reading an article or watching a video, and then they may engage in some skill building exercises, all to help accompany you as you work to address whatever concern it is that's brought you in. In regard to confidentiality, your privacy is very important to us. We do everything we can to keep those visits confidential, but you do need to know there are some things that we're legally required to disclose. Your counselor, your case manager, your physician will discuss this with you during your visit if it's relevant. If you have questions or concerns, we're happy to answer those, but we always want students to know that we're always going to do our best to honor their privacy, but that there are those circumstances where we need to divulge that information, and want you to know that up front. If you have questions or concerns, if you're still not sure about the seeking care or getting assistance from one of our offices, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here just for Gonzaga students, so however we can help connect you, however we can support you, whatever we can do to help you make the most of this experience, that's what we're here for. Thank you for watching.